Hello pilots and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 9, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and today we have the Battle of the YV666s. We've got Aphra versus Bosk with some accompanying ships as well. It's Benji versus Wes. We are quite excited to see this. You don't see the Houndstooth very often, and seeing two of them on the board is really quite fun. It's going to be interesting to see who is going to have the better result here between these two. I do hope that we just see a tooth off in the middle at some point, because Aphra with her crew, very, very efficient. Bosk with 000 and BT1 can be very brutal. The potential there at range 1 to turn 4 dice into 5 hits is something I'm quite looking forward to see. And not to forget, we've got Dalen and we've got Cad Bane on the table as well. Now, scenario for this one is chance engagement, so all about being at range of the central objective. And if you want to see more about the lists and the format rules, you can find that. The lists are linked in the description below, and in the playlist we do have the list breakdown and format rules video. But that is an incredibly aggressive move there from Cad. He really wants to get right into the action to see if he can get his bullseye in play, which at the moment he does, but Star Vipers are incredibly tricky to pin down. Unfortunately, Ben, I don't think you're going to be able to barrel roll up that way. But that is the right direction to barrel roll. Might get yourself in range 1, I don't know. Curious as to whether he's got the bullseye for Predator there. But more importantly, gets him out of Cad Bane's bullseye, which means he's going to avoid heavy lasers and he's going to avoid prockets as well, which on the Star Viper, it's only got 5 health, only got 1 shield. We've seen it not have a great time with evades. So Cad Bane will start off the proceedings here. That's looking like a hit and a crit to start all of the evades. Star Viper showing how green dice should be. Bosk unfortunately well outside of range 3 there, but what can Dalen do in response to Cad? He's gone aggressive, he's gone risky. 2 hits. So the question is, did he catch bullseye? No, doesn't look like he got bullseye, but spending the focus, 3 hits onto Cad, definitely going to be 1 shield down already. And looks like, yeah, just the 1 shield, so 2 evades. But now we've got Aphra. We're going to see the power of that crew. Han Solo there for the red focus, getting the strain from Rook Cast. And getting 3 more hits into Cad, so it's definitely going to be shields down. Oh, it's shields down and a damage through as well. A very aggressive play there from Wes with Cad, and all it's done really is put Cad in not a particularly great position and get very, very battered. Just above half points though at this point, so need to get him down to 3 to score half points on Cad, because he's a 7 health ship. But the initiative is going back to Wes. Aphra is clearing, so yeah, just the 1 bank. When you've got that 180-degree arc, you have an incredible amount of freedom there. It does make up for the fact that the YV is not going to be turning around very quickly, but Ben has stuck Hotshot Tail Blaster on there to help with that. Haven't seen it be used so far this season. But Cad's still in that 180 arc there, so anticipating we're going to see a boost round. Sets him up nicely to come back round behind Aphra and find out how useful that hotshot tail blaster can actually be. And how big and how risky is Boss going to be? The 3 hard straight into the middle of the board. And again, if you think it's got that 180 arc, you obviously look for those, getting yourself into a good firing position. Almost nothing that Dalen can do will get him out of arc of Bosk right now. Any other ship, and he probably could have done it, but no way of getting out of arc there. So just accepting his fate. Do we see an aggressive... I'd be half tempted to barrel roll down the board and forward. Possibly try and get him behind Bosk next turn, but look, electing to stay there. Again, don't dislike that position. Got arc. Is it range 1 or range 2 though? That's the question. But looks like Wes is not bothered by Dalen at all. Well, he's checking range 1, but he might be thinking, let's go in at Aphra. Debating, obviously got the reinforced there on both ships, so... So it's range 2 to Dalen or range 3 into Aphra. Range 3 through an obstacle as well, but going for Aphra there. Not a very good roll. 2 focuses and a blank with no way of changing that. So that is unfortunate. Dalen, on the other hand, is getting 3 hits into Boss, so getting the evade and the reinforce. Only 1 shield on Boss. Again, said it in the video the other day, reinforce is really good for those ships that have very low initiatives. But another Han Solo Rook cast trigger here from Aphra going into Boss. So yeah, put the focus down, spending the focus, 3 hits. Getting that crucial evade there. So again, 6 red dice only on a one evade ship, only taking 2 damage overall. That's a really good result there for Wes. Probably would have liked to have got some damage in there, but not to take a lot of damage there from Bosk and no more damage on Cad is the best you could hope for. That's a very awkward position for Aphra there. Very easily could get caught on nice, just about fit that in there, and looking at the line of that bullseye there, can turn away or even go straight over next turn and avoid that obstacle there in the middle. However, lovely position from Boss, going to make it very difficult for Aphra to avoid that, because Aphra will always be going before Boss. Now, do we see yet another reinforce of the front there? We do indeed. So these 2 ships both reinforcing each other, reinforcing themselves for a close-in shot, and Cad, yeah, boosting round should. Ooh, that's going to be closest to whether he's going to get his arc in there, actually. And Dalen doing the one hard. I wonder if he was switching Dalen to go after Cad, or was expecting Bosk to do not a one bank to the right. Almost a bit surprised that we... Oh, there we go. I was about to say, almost surprised we didn't see a boost there from Dalen to close in on Cad to reduce that range and potentially... No, it wouldn't have been obstructed, but to reduce that range, because that's a perfect position to see if he can get some... finish Cad off this round. Looks like Wes might be forgetting his triggers there and giving a stress, or yeah, with 000 put that stress onto Aphra. And it's at this point he remembered 000. It's unfortunate because Ben can see the dice, but he's also going to be unlikely to want to take that stress because he's going to want to stress himself with Han Solo to trigger that combo with Rook Cast. But Ben, being the nice player that he is, was like, yeah, you know what, take the calculate. It's not really going to change much of the result. But that is going to be just a hit crit going through into Aphra, and Bosk doing Bosk things there, turning that crit into 2 hits. That is shields down and the hull off Aphra there, almost negating that reinforce. But again, that reinforce is just coming in so very handy already. So much damage that has been able to just wave away. So Dalen going range 2 into Cad Bane, no bullseye, so it's just 3 dice. No Predator, does have the focus. A reminder, Cad is only 1 away from half points, so hit crit. Oh, they are both going through. That is hit crit on Cad Bane, and the crit is, that looks like a direct hit. That's 3 damage going through. Cad is down to 1 hull now. Half points there for Benji, taken into 3, scoring 1 each in the center at the end of this, but Aphra does still get a chance to shoot, and so spending her green token to stress out Bosk. And then red focus and strain. Such a great combination there. Ooh, that's great. 3 hits and a crit there on to Bosk. Again, evade, reinforce, doing work, but shield and a crit. And the crit is Panicked Pilot, a ship notorious for not having very many blues, now has 3 stress tokens to deal with. That is quite brutal. Does have contraband cybernetics still to spend, but 4 points to 2 with 6 minutes remaining. No ships down yet, but Cad Bane is very, very close. Ben is definitely coming off much better so far here. He's got a fully healthy Dalen Obros. Aphra is down to 8 hull, but has 8 hull at the same time. Is likely going to be able to clear this. Ooh, going big. Does Aphra make it all the way over there? Let's get rid of the trail of stress tokens. Oh, lovely. Aphra quite comfortably clears that there. Fully okay keeping hold of that stress and strain. Staying at range of that central objective as well, but more clearly not being stuck on an obstacle there. Oh, that's going to be close. Looks like Bosk does avoid that obstacle as well. These two YV666 pilots are being very, very good this turn. A lot of great ability avoiding those obstacles there. Interesting location for CAD. Does he try and barrel roll to ship right? Or is he hoping that if he gets that right, he's possibly blocked Dalen? If it was me, I think I'd be barrel rolling. Barrel roll in towards Dalen, and then Dalen may potentially sit in front of both CAD and Bosk. Just the evade from CAD, wanting to try and keep him around. So we've only got about 2 minutes left in the round. Oh, it's the one bank from Dalen. I stand by. I think the barrel roll would have actually been pretty good there. But as it is, bumping there, in range 1 of Bosk, range 0 for CAD. Triple 0 there to maybe get a calculate for Bosk, but doesn't really need it. But CAD does not have range on to Aphra, so it's going to all be into Dalen there. Will Dalen survive this onslaught? So that's a hit crit from CAD to start proceedings. Oh, a blank out there on the green dice. That is the absolute best start there for Wes. So hit crit going through. Another direct hit. So many direct hits already. That's half points on Dalen. Now just need... Would have liked to... Again, Wes would have loved to have had that spend on the focus. Oh, hit crit from Bosk, but Dalen evades it, so no chance of turning that to 2 hits. The big question now is CAD going to survive, because this will actually determine. It's just the one. Got the evade. CAD is going to live. Guys, this is actually a tied game here. From the position that Ben was in, it has spiraled downhill quite rapidly there. That direct hit onto Dalen was massive, putting him at half points. Actually going to leave this game as a draw, 5 points all to both players. It was still a great game to watch. Love the positioning of those houses. Love to see them going toe-to-toe there. Fantastic game for both players, but no points in the standing there. How much of an impact is that actually going to have at the end of the season? Anyway, guys, that is game 11 for you. Great to see the big scum off there from Ben and Wes. But thank you all so much for watching. Plenty more action to come, so don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.